Hi, my name's Allison. I'm a psychic medium and a farmer. Today is day 19, Milk My Cow on TikTok. And today we're going to cover claircognizance, which is the clair of just knowing. And I'll also talk about what I did to help strengthen my inner knowing when I started to receive claircognizant messages. A quick definition for claircognizance: it's your ability to receive or know information without any logical explanation or reason as to why you would know that information. So a real life example of that would be, let's say you go to your mailbox, you open it up and you see a letter. The letter has your name and address on it, so you know it's definitely for you, but there's no return address. So curious, you open it up and say, well, it's for me, what is it? And you open up the envelope and inside you read a bunch of information that you didn't know before, but makes total sense and feels right, and is also presented in a neutral manner. And you're like, wow, wow, this information is solid. I have no idea where it came from. Letter wasn't signed. Again, no return address on the envelope. You just don't know who sent it, but you do know the information. That's claircognizance. In my opinion, claircognizance is one of the most incredible clairs, but also the hardest to trust. Because when people say, how did you know that? All you go is, I don't know. I could give you examples of claircognizance, but you're like, there's really no context because it's just information I knew and I shouldn't know. Like where you're currently located, specific financial numbers in your mind that make no sense to me but perfect sense to you, the number of siblings you have, your family dynamics, really just any type of information. It just comes in and I just know it. Claircognizance was one of my first clairs to come online and strongest clair, which was really tough for my logical mind to grasp and accept because there was no reason, there was no proof, there was no evidence, there was nothing I could provide myself to understand how this worked. If you're receiving claircognizant messages, or you think you are, I'm going to give you some tips on what helped me trust myself more. What I found is as I've developed my other clairs, I still receive claircognizant information, but it's also joined up with other clairs. Here's my tip for strengthening your clairs, claircognizant or any of them, but document what information you receive. You can do this on a notes app in your phone, you can do it on a notebook, you can do it somewhere. Just have it where you can add to this something where you can easily access no matter where you are throughout your day to write down the things that are happening. Also, sometimes it's easier to relay this information through a voice note, and that's also documenting the date and the time and your tone of voice, and the whole experience sometimes is better relayed through a voice memo. I got a lot of wild and crazy voice memos in my phone, as you can imagine. Make sure to write down the dates and times because you might see patterns emerge throughout either the time of day or day of the month or day of the week that you receive the most messages. Cricket is telling me with her hoof taps that she wants more. I can't give her more alfalfa because she just got a ton of it when she got AI'd yesterday. So I need to finish up milking and I'll finish the video with her in the background, I'm sure. Me and Poppy are going to finish this up. So claircognizance and all other clairs, super important to document your experiences in a way so that you can validate yourself and not gaslight yourself when you receive a third party or source of validation outside of yourself, because that's what we're looking for as evidential mediums or any decent psychic medium. The things that I've been talking to you guys about over the last 18 days, I just used to write it all in my notebook. I didn't share it with anyone or just a very small amount of people. That got old after a while, or I would send it to like as a giant wall of text to the few people I felt like would take me seriously or understand me or know I wasn't just going cuckoo. From the time of my spiritual awakening, which was August 24th, 2023, to the time of my very first intentional live reading, which is October 10th, 2024, was a little over a year. Now, sometimes years feel like a long amount of time and sometimes it feels very short. In this case, it felt very long for me because I was so hesitant in sharing all of the experiences I was having. After October 10th, 2024, I started feeling a little bit more confident. I started sharing publicly, and then I had a reading for someone in February of this year, so February 2025, and that's when I realized it's not a gift unless you share it. I believe that's a Bashar quote, and if not, I'm sure Bashar would say it anyway, so. And then I realized after that February 2025 reading, all right, I gotta do this. I gotta get out of hiding. I need to share it with others. Once I did that, I met other intuitives, Alyssa and Amber, and together we started the Veil Report. You might have seen me plug that in some of the comments when applicable. So the reason I bring it up is the Veil Report is what we're building for an online community. We're building it as a place for people that have these types of experiences to feel comfortable sharing it with other people that know what you're talking about and don't think you're the mayor of Kooky Town. Here's my soft plug of this collaborative event that we're doing. It's called theveilreport.com. You can find us on TikTok, The Veil Report. You can find us on Instagram, The Veil Report. And we like to share knowledge and insight and thoughts and also be really transparent about how we work. So twice a month, usually the second and fourth Thursday of every month. I'm not sure how November will work because the fourth Thursday is Thanksgiving. Everybody's going to go get grass. Goodbye. Anyway, so we have our live collaborative readings the second and fourth Thursday of every month, and you can watch us with our process. So we do quick readings for about 4 people within an hour, and you can observe not 1, but 3 psychic mediums do our thing. Sometimes we all get the same information. Sometimes we get information that supports each other. Sometimes we all get 3 different aspects of different parts of information. So if you're developing your clairs or abilities or want to tap into your intuition, you're just like, I just don't know what this is supposed to look like. I don't necessarily need a reading from someone, but I would just love to watch and observe a reading. That's what we do. So Veil Report, Instagram, every other Thursday. You can see our methods. You can ask us questions in other community events that we do. We're just here to support people like us that want to explore their intuition in a way, in a place, in a space that feels comfortable and right. So what does that have to do with claircognizance? I feel like claircognizance has like a lot of questions associated with it. Like, this is what happened to me. What is that? Feel free to put those in the comments. I'll answer all of it. I mean, you guys know that I do, like, if you see me heart your comment, that is me recognizing that I saw your comment. And if I have something to add or a thought or whatever, you see me, I'm all up in the comments. Feel free to share your experiences about claircognizance or anything else that you want. Thanks for joining me on day 18. Who knows what's going to happen on day 19? I don't know.